Hey guys, this is Chris Bailey with Conquer Entertainment, and I am here in St. George, Utah today talking with lead singer of the band Kingdoms, Sky Crystal. How are you doing today, Sky?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
So, I wanted to ask you a few questions today, and we'll start with you just telling us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you're going.
So I'm from Twin Falls, Idaho, and I've been living in St. George now for about 3 years. Been playing music and touring this last year, and it's been a really good time. Been promoting our Dark EP, so
Cool.
yeah.
Awesome. So, tell me about the band. How did it start?
So Bronson, the guitarist, he and I are from Twin Falls, Idaho. He and I kind of grew up together, and he and I have been in bands for the last 10 years together. And so he moved down here to go to school, and I was working and living in Denver for a while, and then he moved here to go to school, and I just moved here and kind of followed him here, and then he and I started writing music, and just been rocking it, and
Awesome.
we met Taylor, our drummer, and then Braden, our bassist, and then Jungle, our other guitarist, and it's been a really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's your background in music? Like, how long have you been, pursuing music? How long have you been doing all that?
Yeah, I started choir. I joined choir in the 3rd grade, and then I did choir all the way up through high school, and then I won a full ride music scholarship to the College of Southern Idaho, where I studied voice for a year, and then I moved to Denver to work, and I did a little internship at a studio for a little bit, and then I moved here, and I mean, in high school I was always in a band. Like every year of high school I was always in a band, so that's a big part of my background, was just being in bands, and then I studied a little bit of classical voice for a year, and it's the dream.
So, you've been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah.
Basically, your whole life.
Yep. So
That's really cool. So, as an artist, what's the most annoying thing you think a fan can do?
I think the most annoying thing a fan could possibly do is kind of geek out. People perceive us to be a certain way that we actually aren't. Like they'll either think that we're gonna be complete jerks, or they'll think that we're like some kind of Greek god. But
Right.
if people just approach us as we're really normal, we go to sleep, wake
Right.
up, eat, go to work.
Just normal
Just
people.
normal people.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you.
yeah.
Well, you're a handsome guy. I'm sure they get into
Stop
this all the
talking
time.
about yourself.
So, what are your thoughts on today's changing music industry? With the way everything's progressing, with music streaming, people aren't really going for the hard copies of music anymore. They can just get it like that, using Spotify, iTunes, things like that.
Well, really, I mean, with our genre of music, it's always been about mostly just getting people to go to the show,
Right.
and to wear our merch, So if people are able to listen to the music easier, I mean, rather than buy it, because people are just scrolling through, and they on any social media outlet, and they're able to see or listen to our music, and then they want to go to a show, or they say I'm going to check out their site and see we have an awesome shirt, and that's free publicity, honestly, because the way things are, we're not really making that much money off of our music in general. We're making most of our money off of shows and the merchandise. Right. So I mean, it sucks, but it's just the way it's going, so you kind of have to adapt to it if you want to survive. Seeing the way that music's going, I just want to see music go in the most professional way it can, and I don't like things to get sloppy. It's kind of frustrating when I see another band that's just getting big, and it's just not very professional music. I mean, it's kind of frustrating. It's just sometimes it just bothers me, but when I see a band that I'll like play a show with, and then they climb the ladder and they get huge. It's like, yes, It
Right.
like makes me so happy.
Right.
And so, especially when it's like, when I see kids in bands, like kids that are like in high school that are in bands, I love that. It's super inspiring just to see that like it's still something that kids love to do, So
you like the journey.
oh
of
yeah,
it,
it's all about like the progression and climbing that ladder.
Right. So what's your opinion on like talent shows like The Voice or America's Got Talent, American Idol?
They're cool. I made it to the second round of America's Got Talent, and like it's fine. It's not really my cup of tea because I really, really love the teamwork that you have within a band, and you're working together. It's like you are running a business together, and you are a team. And so, getting to like grow and mold together with people, I really like that. And so, I mean, it's nothing against people that want to go through like the route of The Voice, because it is just as hard and as challenging. I just really like being able to work with a team of like my best friends, and like just going on the road and meeting different people, and actually kind of like having to trudge through the muck in order to like get to the roses and whatnot. So.
Right. So what has been some of your biggest inspiration in music?
I grew up, my dad kind of raised me on Carlos Santana and the Doors and the Eagles, so I listened to a lot of that growing up. I took a big appreciation for it because my dad would just talk about, he did a lot of hitchhiking, so he would have all these stories about hitchhiking and then like going to concerts and stuff. So I took a big appreciation for that, and I really got into music with like Sum 41 really, took a hit on me, especially them and Good Charlotte. I really got into them when I was younger. Just kept going up from there. Yeah, I'd say Sum 41 was like huge because that's when I really started to sing a lot, was just singing along to Sum 41. Then as I got older, I started getting more into the genre of, I got into like the emo and screamo stuff. Craig Owens with Chiodos was big for me. Was really big. I'd say a little bit of Johnny Craig, especially when he made the move from Dance Gavin Dance into Amorosa. That self-titled album was really awesome. And then once Confide came out with their Recover album, that was when I was like, okay, this is the genre of music that I'm going to pursue, was kind of like the melodic metalcore. And so that's kind of the transition that I made, and I was like, this is what I'm going to pursue, and this is how I'm going to outlet my talent. And so yeah, that was really huge. After that, getting into a lot of R&B actually, with like Luke James, some Lecrae, kind of just like opening up my outlets a little bit has helped, especially with like vocal training and whatnot.
Right.
Also, I listen to a lot of praise and worship music as well. So yeah, there's that.
Cool. So you have a lot of different things that have inspired you. In your music,
I mean, if you look at any business, anybody that's ever started a business, they usually take a little bit from all over the place to try and have a melting pot that just builds and builds and kind of just creates something that's better and different. And hopefully that's something that I can do. Is we're a metal band and we love metal, but like my favorite album of this last year, I can't stand country, but Sam Hunt, I think he just released like a flawless album. His album that he released, Sam Hunt, just like blew my mind, and just very incredible songwriting and amazing melodies and whatnot. I just really love that album. So I mean, and then in 2013 when Justin Timberlake released the 2020 Experience, like just stuff like that is like, I just love professional songwriting and the professionalism of music. Yeah, I'm all over the place, honestly.
Yeah, awesome. So a little off tangent here. I know you're a big Marvel fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you Team Captain America or Team Iron Man?
I am definitely Team Cap.
Yeah.
I got this.
That's awesome.
I got this last year. But yeah, I'm definitely Team Cap.
Really cool.
My dad, he got me like a bunch of comic books when I was little, and I like the first one I had was like, it was a Hulk companion, so it was the first 6 issues of like the Hulk, and I read that thing like crazy. And then it was like 2 years ago I saw a guy take it into Comic Book Men, which is like Pawn Stars for comic books, and he sold it on there for $800.
Holy
and so
cow.
it was like,
You still
gosh.
have that?
Oh no, I read the crap out of it, so
Yeah.
it just doesn't exist anymore.
It just
But
disintegrated.
yeah, so that's how I got into Marvel, and I just like it a lot. It's just so much better in DC. So
I agree with you there. Yeah. So do you have any advice for people trying to make it in the music industry?
don't give up. A lot of times, especially from the generation that millennials are in, there's a lot of people that prefer their children to just go the normal route of, get a job and then work until you die. And I mean, like, this is like my job, but it's a job that I love, I don't want to be miserable at like a 40-hour-a-week job. I want to do what I love. Like, I grew up with 2 parents that both of them said, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done this, So to me, like, I mean, I appreciate them working very hard to raise me, and I love the way that I was brought up. But I think it's just very important to do what you love. And because if I wasn't getting paid, if I didn't, have bills on bills on bills, I would absolutely do music for free. So I think everybody just kind of has to find what they want to do for free and pursue that. And then if you get to pay your bills with that, then that's a bonus,
Yeah.
And so I would like to, influence people to live life that way. And if like you want to do music, then you have to do it with the mindset of like, it's not about the money, it's about what you love. And so yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So do you have a most embarrassing moment? Have you ever like fallen down on stage, something like that?
Yeah, I think I made like a Donald Trump joke at a show, but the way I said it, I just worded it wrong. And so it was actually a really good show. It was a really good show, and then and I had cracked a couple jokes in between like songs, and then I just worded it wrong, so it made it sound like I said something in support of Trump, which is like not something you never want to do. Like I said it, and there's just dead silence, and then I just hear a guy in the back he's just like, what the and so I was like, wait, let me reword that, and I reworded it, so some people were like, oh, okay. But yeah, it was just like the most awkward silence ever.
Just like, let's just
And I think
pretend
it was
didn't say that.
in like Nephi, Utah, so I think there were some rednecks there anyway, so they might have been supporting Trump anyways. So, but
Right.
yeah, it was funny. But I learned my lesson on.
Yeah. Things always get a little dicey when you bring up politics.
Oh yeah, but usually it shows, like especially in our scene, if you make a Trump joke, people are like, "Oh, that's hilarious," but my wording was awful. But yeah, man, it was a good time. So.
So do you have any events coming up that we should be excited for?
Yeah, we're about to leave on tour with a band called Shine Bright. We're really close with them. They're from St. George as well. We're just doing half of the tour, and they're doing a full 2 weeks. But and then we have a music video coming out next month for our song Burn. So that's really exciting. It's like a horror film theme. And then we're also about to release our clothing line. So we have a lot of awesome merch that's coming out. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's a
That's
good time.
Yeah,
So-
wow. That's really exciting. Yeah, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming and talking to me
Oh,
and
yeah,
everything. I
man.
really appreciate it. Before we end this, how's about you let everybody know where they can find you on social media?
Oh, yeah. So on Facebook, we're just Kingdoms Band on Facebook. And then Instagram, we're at Kingdoms Band. And then our website is kingdomsband.com. And then our Twitter is KingdomsBand208. And yeah, we're on iTunes as well. Kingdoms, our EP is called Dark, and we're on Spotify as well. Just Kingdoms. So yeah, it's a good time.
Cool. Well, it was really nice talking to you,
Yeah,
Sky.
man. Thanks for asking me to come in.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see your music video and all the stuff that you got going on. That's really exciting.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, so it's good talking to you.
Yeah, man.
Hope you have a good one. Conquer life. I had no idea what I was saying right there.